Hello and welcome back. Today we are starting a whole new topic. So we have found an oil field, decided on development scenario, drilled wells and initiated inflow. Now we are facing the next challenge, getting oil up to the surface and keeping maximum production for as long as possible. So, how do we produce oil? Formation fluid starts its journey in the reservoir. It travels out the production tubing, then through manifolds into separator. There it is separated into water, oil and gas. Four different types of pressure are very important for this journey: reservoir pressure, bottom hole pressure, wellhead pressure, and flow line pressure. We know that oil is more viscous than water. Thus, certain oil bitumen are as viscous as butter. Reservoir pressure is the pressure at which liquids and gases exist in the reservoir. It reflects natural reservoir energy. The higher the reservoir pressure, the more energy is available. If the reservoir pressure is high enough to lift the fluid up to the surface, other common hydrostatic pressure in the wellbore as well as friction in the production tubing and manifolds, the well will be flowing naturally. If not, we need to resort to the so-called artificial lift, that is, use a pump. After we have just drilled the well, nothing exerts pressure from the well to the reservoir. In other words, pressure in the wellbore is lower than in the reservoir. This pressure difference is the main driving force moving the fluid. Thus, the lower the bottom hole pressure, the more productive the well will be. This pressure difference between the reservoir and the bottom hole is called pressure drawdown. Each well has its own drainage area, which looks like a circle in top-down perspective. Fluid in the reservoir flows to the well along the radius of this circle. In side view, fluid flow lines will be parallel to one another. This is what we call plane radial flow. As fluid gets closer to the center of this circle, flow gets more intensive and meets greater hydrodynamic resistance, which is the highest in the near wellbore area, 0.8 to 1.5 meters. This is the area of most dramatic changes in pressure and temperature, which cause negative phenomena like turbulence or precipitation of solids such as salts, paraffin, etc. All these impediments to fluid flow create the so-called skin effect, which we will discuss in a week. Well production rate divided by pressure difference brings us production index PI, which describes well fluid production capacity. Fluid flow in the reservoir is governed by Darcy's law, which we are already familiar with, and described with the following equation: oil rate, reservoir permeability, formation net thickness, oil viscosity, oil formation volume factor, drainage area radius, well skin, condition of the near wellbore area. For gas, we can describe production rate using the following equation. Well production rate is very important as it describes how much oil the well produces daily. Based on production rate value, we distinguish between low production wells below 7 tons a day, medium production wells 7 to 25 tons a day, high production wells 25 to 200 tons a day, and ultra high production wells that produce above 200 tons a day. So, the fluid flows from the reservoir into our well. How can we get it up to the surface? We can rely on natural energy when reservoir pressure is high enough to move the fluid all the way up to the wellhead. This is called free flow production, and it is the only production method for gas wells. We can also add some extra energy from the surface by using the so-called gas lift or a pump. Pumps create extra pressure difference which moves the fluid up the wellbore. Imagine a well as a glass of water you want to drink. You can tilt the glass or you can use a straw. As for the well, you cannot tilt it, but the straw will work fine. That is how it actually works. Production tubing is a straw, and there are many ways to lift the oil out of the straw. This week, we will be discussing these ways. See you!